From the marbled halls of power to the hardscrabble streets of America, I'm Tom LoBianco, your host, longtime reporter, new podcaster, occasional streamer, and I twitch whenever I read the news. Uh, we're going to see this. We're going to see more about that in a little bit here. There we go. See, that's what makes me twitch these days. All right. I don't stream my video games. It's hump day here in America. Well, let's get down to it. Okay. If you got anything you want to get to me, Tom at 24site.news. We're here every day at noon. Big thanks to Matt Taylor. I can't, guys, you know what? I can't even tell you. I've been waiting months to talk with them, and I'm glad we did it on air. All right. This is basically, it would be like one of my source interviews. This is what a phone call is like. It's probably more cursing on the phone calls. I tried to keep it mostly PG 13. Had some heavy stuff to get to, like the end of the world, the tribulation that we are all living through right now, allegedly, according to the New Apostolic Reformation, why it is a state religion, why why the world did not end a few weeks ago, despite prophecy to the counter there. So check it out. Head on over to the YouTube. Also, make sure to sign up 24site.news. We're going to do something a little bit different today. A little bit different. Got some big guests, multiple big guests, many, a multitude. All right. A reminder also, we got Ian here on the boards. Drop in comments, thoughts, what have you. Jeannie Elby, Lindsay Hake. See you guys. I see you, even though I can't see you on the Substack stream. I know you're there. I'm with you. All right. If you guys got comments, drop them in. Ian will pull them in for us as we're going. All right. So let's get to the things which make me fucking twitch. Here, let's go big screen. There we go. Hey. Headline. Politico. I love Hitler. Well, why not? I mean, why the hell not? Headline Politico exclusive. Quote, I love Hitler. Leaked messages exposed young Republicans' racist chat. Thousands of private messages reveal young GOP leaders joking about gas chambers, slavery, and rape. I don't know. Did they miss anything? Let's see. Vote or you're going to the gas chamber. The Jew. You're giving the Nationals too much credit and expecting the Jew, to be honest. What the fuck? Who fucking talks like this? What the fuck is this? Okay, let's see. If we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be cooked for real, for real. Yes, you would. Byline, Jason Beeferman and Emily Enno. Dateline New York, leaders of young Republicans groups throughout the country worried what would happen if their Telegram chat ever got leaked, but they kept typing away. Boy, that's almost the perfect lead. You know, if they were any snarkier, and God bless them for keeping their heads on straight in this story, because that's some fucking crazy shit in those text messages. I would have capped that lead with, now they're about to find out. Second graph, aren't they referred to black people as monkeys and, quote, the watermelon people, and mused about putting their political opponents in gas chambers. They talked about raping their enemies and driving them to suicide, and lauded Republicans who they believed support slavery. What the hell is happening? Okay, here we go. William Hendricks. Jesus. Sorry, guys. It's fucking Wednesday. It was, you know, I've almost had my fill of crazy shit. I will tell you, this is not the most of it, if you can believe that. All right. William Hendricks, Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used the words N and N and variations of that. I'm not going to fucking say it. You can see it on screen. More than a dozen times in the chat, Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans, at the time referred to rape as epic. Well, isn't it, though? Peter Giunta, he of the junta, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote in a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Well, I I just all right. Okay, goddamn. The fuck's going on in this country? If you have an idea what's going on in this country, why don't you drop me a note, Tom at 24site.news, or if you're with us live, Substack, YouTube, drop in some comments. Ian will drop them in there. Joining shortly, Julie Grace Brufke. I, we've been texting about this, and I still, for the life of me, I don't understand how the fuck this chain even happened. We text some crazy shit. All right, nothing even close to this. I don't know who does. Well, actually, no. Take that. I do know who does that. The William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair. And then joining also today, Mike Sarasso, longtime Democratic communicator. I don't know who fucking texts like this. I really like. I don't fucking understand it. I'm sorry. I'm cursing a lot for this one. Here we go. Let's go to something normal. Let's go to the future of America. Hey, you can start sexting with Chat GPT. Sam Altman says Chat GPT will soon sext with verified adults. Don't forget to upgrade your tower before you start texting on your 10-pound monitor and your keyboard. Get a fresh keyboard. Emma Roth reports for The Verge. OpenAI will soon allow, quote, erotica for Chat GPT users who verify their age on the platform. In an X post, sure it's not an XXX post, on Tuesday, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said the company will add support for mature conversations when it launches age gating in December. Age gating? Oh, okay, all right, I got it. Okay, as we roll out age gating, this is why that the older black lady down in Virginia was tweeting about not being able to get her porn, which turned out to be a real thing last year. I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember who it was. It's a top state lawmaker. Because of the age gating that's going on. As we roll out age gating more fully and as part of our treat adult user like adults principle, indeed, we will allow even more like erotica for verified adults, Altman writes. Well, keep going. Earlier this month, OpenAI hinted at allowing developers to create, quote, mature Chat GPT apps after it implements the appropriate age verification and controls. Wow. Well, I didn't think we could get worse than I Love Hitler, but here we are. I just what the fuck's going on? All right, here I'm gonna bring in. You know what? I'm gonna bring in Julie Grace because I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Add to stage. Here we go. Julie Grace. JG. Hey.
How's it going?
The fuck is happening?
All sorts of normal things, clearly, but not much in terms of development on the government shutdown. I can tell you that much. We're definitely
I,
still kind of dug in the same spots with both sides. So it is
can we
Groundhog Day here on Capitol Hill.
can we shut down these fucking text chains? Can we start with that, or maybe shut down Chat GPT?
I mean, I did see Roger Stone came out and condemned the comments, which I did think was interesting in that first story.
Oh, well, that's it. Ooh, interesting. He of the mentor of the young Republicans of New York. Fascinating. Oh, do you think it's a hit job by Gavin Wax?
You know, that's insight I don't have, but those texts, I don't know. I think it's going to be very hard for any of those people to be employed anywhere.
Interesting.
So
Um,
like every
before
2 years, there's some type of crazy text story that pops up on a group chat gone wrong.
you know, I have no problem if anybody got to our group chats. You know, I have like maybe we wouldn't be able to travel outside the country for fear of being Jimmy Kimmel or something. But you know, I don't. Who the fuck talks like that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a doozy for sure.
I just like, what the hell? Uh, we're gonna do something different today. We're gonna do so. Shutdown means fun time. Everybody who's shut down and out of work right now has like quote unquote vacation. Now it's not real vacation. So we're gonna start going around the horn. All right. let's bring in the madman, Mike Sarasso. What's up, man?
I mean, and it's funny you say that because like my hair right now is doing the thing. So when you say madman and then I look at my face, I'm like, okay, I'll play the role. I'm into it.
Good man. Good
nice
man.
To see you.
For folks who don't know, Mike Sarasso, longtime Democratic communicator of Bernie Sanders 2016 back in the day. Yeah, man.
Back in the day. It's crazy to think that it was 9 years ago. And so sometimes when I'm talking to reporters and pitching, you know, I'm reminded because a lot of them I met when they were in beds, you know, out in New Hampshire, making a name for themselves. And now they're writing books and telling stories and Axios. And I'm like, I remember this person way before when. So, yeah.
Man, man. And of course, you know, if you're watching us right now, you know Julie Grace. But if you're new to the show,
hi, Julie.
Julie Grace Prufke is the Capitol Hill expert. And
oh, cool.
Oh yeah, Julie Grace lives, sleeps, fucking like just like on a bed of empty Celsiuses. Is that Celsius? Is that the plural?
Not sure on the plural. I'll have to check on that.
she's like Wes Moore at a Ravens game, just fucking shotgunning Celsiuses and then crushing it on his forehead.
Oh really? Is that real?
That's you know, so cool. Tossing them out.
That's very cool.
All right, so who's the guy? We're gonna do Foursquare today because it's fucking hump day. All right. We're gonna do Foursquare. Who's the fat guy on the Gutfeld show? I have no idea who he is. Who's like a rapper or something, or a comedian? Tyrus? Who's that guy?
I don't know.
You know what we're talking
about? Sorry,
about?
audience.
He's like a fake rapper. I don't watch enough Fox late night. He's got a backwards hat. He's like sort of a rapper or something.
Tyrus, I think, is who you're referring to.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Not mistaken.
So we've got Tyrus. Ian Walters, what's up?
Yo. What up? What up, homies? Now this is what I call a panel. This is a broadcast caliber panel.
That's right, baby.
Man.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm just texting my boys up in New York.
Dude, what
talking about the nuances of the hard R versus the AH at the end of the N-bombs. We like to text each other. Who are these children? And now they're going to have their AI girlfriends if they can get the right accreditation past the Peter Thiel gatekeepers. I'm worried about the future, my brother.
Sam Altman, man. Sam Altman. All right, so let's go around the horn. Best a chat GPT sexting that could happen. And don't say I love Hitler in the gas chamber, because that's the Kansas Republicans. Okay. They fucking do that. Sarasso, you first. Go.
Okay, wait. So sexting with chat GPT, is that what I'm
did you see this?
I did, but like I didn't read it. Is it like people are just like sexting back and forth with chat GPT?
Sam Altman will let chat GPT be your sexting partner now.
That's cool. Like whatever works for the human being. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, for your audience, you know, sometimes when I'm using ChatGPT, I'll screenshot something that a friend or a client has said, and then I'll say, okay, give me like 10 perspectives on this, right? And then what I've noticed, though, there's two sides to that. One is that sometimes it's just a lazy way of me not overthinking things. It's just like cuts to the chase, and then I just default or defer to chat. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to make of this, or gives me the moment to sort of, if I get frustrated, maybe I'm getting a response I don't want, then I'll have time to be like, I don't agree with ChatGPT, but now I've cooled down, and now I'm going to react appropriately to maybe a client asking for something or a reporter asking for something that I'm not necessarily happy. And
I'm with that.
So
man.
I haven't. I will be honest, I've never sexted with ChatGPT.
Why not?
But I have no judgment for those. I mean, get it where you can, I guess.
Stay tuned for Thursday's show.
That's funny though. I'm gonna read the article now. Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool.
Does this beat the horrors of dating in Washington, D.C.? Let me ask you that, JJ.
I mean, like, dating here is bleak. It's dark. There's nothing darker than opening like the Hinge app and seeing like what's out there. But you know what? With all the weird dudes that have sent me really creepy messages on any of those apps, if they want to use ChatGPT to send weird shit instead, I'm fine with it.
And
But
that's
I
not
was
even
thinking-
the members. Yeah.
But I'm thinking about that. I feel like now it's this like that person who's just weird about those things. The person who drops into a DM and says things like, "You're like, expect this to follow, like a woman to follow up with this." Now they have chat and they have Hinge, so now it's like double, triple more for them to do. And you're like, God, like, imagine if you can just get into that person's browser and see how many of those things that they're sending off.
I gotta think that there's some tech-minded college kid sitting in his fraternity house, jockeying like a Bangladeshi bot farm, 10 iPhones all at once, running chat GPTs on all of the Hinge profiles at once.
Oh,
And it's actually just one dude in one room, like direct mail. Like if he gets a 2% return on it, that's a win.
What?
This is wild. Yeah.
You know, it's like it's times like this where I wonder, like, if the shutdown, you know, multiple shutdowns of anything isn't a bad thing. You know, like Roscoe Bartlett, you know, with his fear of an EMP detonating off the East Coast and shutting down everything. Hey, why not? You know, I mean, hey, maybe it's time for a hard reset.
Hey, real question. Has it affected anything that you've tried to do since the shutdown started? Have you tried to go to a national park and not been able to get in? Has it touched your lives in a direct way? Maybe you know somebody who has been furloughed or lost their job. I haven't had much experience. I heard like Smithsonian was closed or something, but beyond that, not much.
I mean, I feel like I've heard from friends with kids that are like annoyed that public parks aren't open, and that's been kind of a big grievance. And I feel like I've definitely got some friends that I've talked to that are afraid they're going to get laid off with furloughs. So that's, I feel like definitely a thing. But I've talked to like a lot of members up here, and they've said like most of their constituents, they feel like they aren't hearing much about the shutdown back home.
Really?
Which
Oh, that's interesting.
I guess it depends on the district. If you've got like a military heavy district or something along those lines, or have a. But yeah, I feel like they aren't really totally feeling a ton of heat from some of the people I've talked to.
Oh, interesting. How many?
I have a couple of congressional candidates that I'm working with over in New York and in Michigan. I would say, you know, I think in Michigan, one over in the north part of the state, there's essentially like 8,000 to 9,000 federal workers there. So we're looking into like what the fallout is. Many of those federal workers are associated with like the military base up there. And so, but nothing definitive. Same in New York. I'm hearing a lot about just adverse impacts that it might be having on farming and, you know, services like local services, disbursements of, you know, federal dollars getting into the pockets of farmers, etc. But like nothing super concrete just yet. Like I think it's more of like this is coming versus it's happened.
How long before the real pain starts hitting and people start sexting with ChatGPT to numb themselves?
I think people are going to be sexting with ChatGPT even if their life is good. It's just something to do, man. Like you don't need crisis to be hormonal. Like,
I pulled up Drudge, and literally the first fucking thing on there before we get to Battlefield Chicago. All right, like, you know, the blaring headline is, you know, World War III in Chicago, which by the way is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy that's happening here domestically. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on Sam Altman will let us all sext with robots if we do age verification first. Like, do you need a real ID for that? Like, not just any old
you
ID?
got to have the digital ID if you want to work. If you want to get access to the Qatari Air Force Base in Idaho, or if you want to have fun with your chat bot, you really need that new digital ID. And all payments can be accepted in crypto.
JG,
You don't wanna, like, admit to
yeah.
putting your ID on there for those purposes. I feel like the shame in that seems
Right.
off-putting.
JG, is anything ever gonna fucking happen on this shutdown? Or
I don't know how they get out of this, like, right now, everybody's very dug in. I mean, like, outside of, like, a natural disaster or something where they're gonna have to have funding, like, right now, it's like I mean, not that anyone would wish that would happen, but right now it feels like talks are stalled, both sides are dug in, it's kind of like same press conference, same weekly caucus conference calls. Everyone's frustrated, but yeah, nobody seems to really be breaking with party lines right now. So it's I mean, I feel like there's kind of been some disagreements over Trump shifting some money around to try and keep the troops funded, and Mike Johnson kind of defended him, daring Dems to kind of push back on that and take legal action if they think that's wrong. So it's kind of a shit show up here. But the same shit show that's been happening for the past 2 weeks. So not a whole lot has really shifted.
how is Sarasa? I mean, you work on the other side of this, spinning us so that we, that we portray it the way that you like. If you were spinning this actively, all right, what would you be saying? How do you message this one?
I think if you have candidates running, some will want to be like in the front and center, and they're going to be like, this is outrageous, and do the traditional, talking points. I think there are some of the folks I work with, and I'm really fortunate to have thoughtful human beings that I'm working with right now. I think they're really just open on putting forward the stories of those that are being adversely impacted and getting their stories out through their candidacy. Kelly Barr is a candidate of mine, and hopefully you'll be talking to her soon. And we have an agreement with each other. It's like we're doing briefers every 2 weeks, and like our next briefer will focus on those who are being adversely impacted. But we were going to have one on Friday, and then she's like, let's fact check stuff. Like, I don't want to just be like, this shutdown is doing this, and that. And I'm like, I love when a candidate says, let's fact check versus just broad generalities. Cause I think it's twofold. If you're a candidate running for office, you're always trying to get in front of people, create content, of course. But I think for some of the people I work with, they're just really like, how do we do this differently? And I think part of that is just putting the people who are being adversely impacted and make it less about yourself, but use your campaign as a vehicle to drive those stories out. And you're going to hear, we're hearing, the ACA stuff. We did a press briefer with Callie a couple weeks ago, and the ACA stuff. And we had a couple of stories that came out of it, essentially highlighting just the impact that subsidies will have, the strain that it'll have on rural hospitals, the rural hospitals that have already been closed in some of these rural areas, specifically Michigan, patient care, how that is adversely impacted, what you have to give up, as if your family, what they have to give up to keep their health care, or and if they don't keep their health care, what are they giving up? And so just talking through all those things, because I think sometimes reporters are so overwhelmed with so many different angles. You're like, which angle do I go with? Right? There's so many. And so as a comms person, I always tell people I work for the client and the reporter, where I want a good story. I don't really work with anybody who's just trying to do oppo pushes. They're trying to do like good storytelling. And so, but it's hard, man. You guys, so much content, like we're creating content right now. There's so much content out there. And so you're just fighting and competing with other content. So, but that's essentially my focus as a comms person is elevating the stories of others.
Did you guys see this? There was that great Derek Thompson piece about the flow, the constant. Did you read this recently?
Yeah.
It was so good. I'll drop it in the group chat. Not the Hitler, the Jew watermelon gas chamber group chat. That's for the young Republicans. This Derek Thompson thing is great because it's the nonstop content flow. It's like trying to keep everybody plugged in to this, which is like, how do you feed it, right? Like, how do you do this? Candace Owens says that the first lady of France has a penis. That's how you feed the flow. All right. And it just gets boom, 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 boom. I heard that Candace Owens got banned or she can't get a passport to Australia. Do you guys hear about this?
No.
Yeah. She had said something nasty, or God knows what. But yeah, Derek Thompson wrote this great piece. It's all about the like how everything's nonstop television now. Hell, Substack's doing it right now. Substack is like little baby TikTok. you know, like everybody, we must do our part to keep America free by feeding the content farm. Right? That's what we have to do. What are you doing, Ian? You're not doing anything to fucking help us. All right.
I mean, I consume way more content than I like to admit to. I mean, I spent most of my life as a chain smoker, quit a year and a half ago, but like this is my new addiction is behaving with this, and it's I want to turn it off. I want to not be constantly having these short tweet bursts enter my mind throughout the day. I'm so scared to look at the feature on here that says how much time I spend on certain apps. Like I'm terrible. I know you can, but I don't want to know that number because I'm afraid it will say something about my character that will be difficult for me to admit personally. I want to throw it out the window, defenestrate it. I like to do it to my laptop on most days. We cut cable here, so we don't have the big three news stations anymore, or the old three networks or the big three cable news stations. I tell you, I don't miss it one lick. I don't know that even flipping between MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, all your other imitators and replicators, like in retrospect, and I'm a comms person too. So like I spent how many years booking people on these programs? That's bread and butter for client services, especially in DC. I don't know what it brought to my life or anybody else's life other than a distraction, largely from maybe more important things. But it you know, my brain is hacked. All right. These people that design these things, that design the apps, like I've let them in. They occupy a large chunk of real estate, rent free. And, you know, I want my money back. I want my bandwidth back. I want my head back. And I don't want to be cliche and say, well, you just have to turn it off and step away from it and take a mental health media vacation. It's almost not possible in this moment. Is it that hunger for information, hunger to turn it into knowledge? In the moments of confusion, you want to know, make sense of the world. And what we've done throughout the 20th century and into the 21st is the consumption of information is supposed to make us smarter, more aware. These broadcast entities were supposed to operate in the public good. Obviously, they're not doing that anymore. It's scaring children. I can't put on the news murder, death, outrage, protest, bad behavior, bankruptcy, financial and moral. So you know, I worry about the kids. If this is screwing with my head so much, what's it going to do to the next generation? I say with real seriousness. We've got to figure out how to cut it out or refine it in our own space, in our own lives. But they're not making it easy.
Yeah. How did JG? You were constantly jacked into the matrix. I don't know how you do it. How are you still operating?
That I'm scared of China, so I don't have that on my phone. But I am
okay.
Probably way too on the rest of the social
media. You know, I put it down for minutes at a time, and I can feel myself coming back to life. But then I see an alert, and I'm like, oh, I got to read that. Lost.
It's hard to unplug, you know. Sometimes when like the plane doesn't have Wi-Fi, it's kind of nice to get those 2 hours, but also kind of anxiety inducing, you know.
How do you get how do you pull yourself away from it, man?
I'm not really stressed out by it, to be honest.
No.
I'll have moments of overindulgence, of course. I think for me, just trying to bake in really good routines that offset it. So so like in the morning, I don't start work until I do a 2-mile walk. I'm not always perfect, sometimes a little less, a little more. And so I'll listen to music. I mean, my phone is always with me, so I think that's fair to say, but I don't listen to the news. I'll be honest, as a comms guy, I do most of my news reading on Sunday. I'll do Financial Times. I'll do the New York Times. I'll go through creator content and see what folks are saying. And then I'll move through the week without OCDing and kind of osmosis through having conversations with people and what they know, and derive understanding about what's happening in the world through other people's perspectives. And so I think that's why I like my work so much, is it as a comms person, maybe, Ian can speak to this too. It's like, I work with really smart people. Like last night, one of my best friends is an energy expert, and I was sitting with her and a reporter talking about energy for 90 minutes, and I'm just listening. And she's just giving me the worldview of energy for 90 minutes, and the same day I'm talking to a sports business investor and listening. And so I just I think that is how I remove myself. I'm also really not interested in anything on my algorithm besides WWE. That's all I watch on my phone right now. Yeah. Like if you go to my Instagram, see it's mostly me trying to fundraise for my nonprofit and doing stupid video posts about wrestling, and then watching wrestling and posting. Yeah. Like TKO has me. Like I am like that $1 trillion industry now has me. Yeah. So I'm trying really hard. I joined a book club in DC. So
what's up?
So every week I've been reading a book and going to book clubs, and you just find out how really smart everybody is, and like how emotionally invested they are. And you go in there and you're like, oh, I know that I read this book. And then you walk out of there like, damn, I'm a fucking idiot. These people are so fucking smart. They like get all the metaphors and imageries and stuff. And I'm all like, I didn't get that. I just thought this woman wanted to have sex with this guy, and the guy said no, or the woman wanted to have sex with a guy, and then that was it. And they're like, no, the green means this, and the sky means this, and the brown means this. And I'm like, you guys are fucking deep, and I love it. Yeah. So yeah.
Where are the books?
I think it's Lost Books or Lost Books in Adams Morgan. Am I saying that right? I always feel like I'm so bad with names, so I don't do like interviews. For me, I'm always gonna fuck someone's name up, but I think it's Lost City Books.
Oh, no shit, really?
And they do like
the one
check. Sorry, audience, don't like if anybody's seeing this and judging me.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Lost City bookstore, and they twice a week they'll do like horror, queer literature, everything.
Wow,
so they're
man.
just like, they're really good. It's a really good bookstore.
Hell yeah, dude, that's fucking slick. They got a new one up here in Bethesda, or newish. The fuck's it called?
Oh, dude, yeah. I think I heard that.
Yeah. Julie Grace was up in Bethesda. She took a trip to Bethesda. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not.
That's an off camera over beers.
Okay, that's off camera. All right. That's only for VIP subscribers to 24-Site News. What did you had? Oh my God, Julie Grace, you had the best fucking opening. I can't even remember. It was the ice cream. I feel like that's the.
My breakfast.
No, you said. Oh no, yeah. Oh no, you talking about is you said a gypsy licked my ice cream.
Oh, that did happen last time I was in Italy. They did steal my ice cream.
And stole your fucking ice cream.
And like have happened off camera.
I feel like this would be like Julie Grace's true Hollywood stories. All right, and every one of them starts with that line. Like Julie Grace. For folks, if you don't know, Julie Grace has like the craziest fucking stories. So crazy we can't talk about them here. At least not at noon. Maybe
a special happy hour episode one of these days.
10 a.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight. Yeah, that's right. Ian, I feel like, we're like the old people here. My crazy stories amount to like finding 2-for deals at the Giant and getting really cheap seltzer and figuring out video editing. And I'm like, that's fucking cool.
That is cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm hip to it, man.
we are the old dudes. I'm listening to Julie Grace talk and reminding myself of, what were my good old days when I had a social life, maybe when I was a bachelor, and I'd start off at Tune In, and then we just work bar after bar on Pennsylvania Avenue. And, those are great times. And especially that block going down 8th Street, you run into to members and celebrities and see them live and in the flesh. And boy, I used to find it really exciting, and it felt like you were an insider, and that you had you were privy to knowledge about how these people actually acted IRL, rather than just how they appeared on Meet the Press. And you would get this perspective like, oh, this guy's a really nice person, and that guy's really a jerk, and that's not how the world thinks of them. I hope at this point, I'll tell you, I don't miss it. I don't feel like I'm missing any interactions. I don't know if that speaks to the quality of people that we're putting in office. I don't feel like a lot of them care a heck of a lot about me, or I don't think a lot of them care a whole lot about their constituents. I think that they once you get to Congress these days, the point is to create generational wealth for your family with insider trading. Beyond that, I don't know what these guys do other than jockey for attention. They haven't passed bills. When was the last time we passed a bill of note? Right?
They haven't been in for a couple weeks.
And it's can you get all of the Republicans to stick together? You're gonna lose two of them. What's that, JG?
I said, well, House side at least hasn't been in for a couple weeks, so it's been a while over in the lower chamber since anything's
right, and get anything done in the Senate. Right, you got to get the 60 votes. You're not going to get 60 votes on anything. You can't name a post office
some exception
without
some exception to this characterization here, because I mean, he is trying to help get people elected to the building, so that they can bump into crotchety Ian on H Street.
Right. I don't think. I mean, people.
I don't think you're crotchety. I just think that it's like, I think there are a lot, like at the state ledge level and across the country. I mean, there's like 400,000 or 500,000 elected positions in this country, 400 to 500,000. And so you come across a lot of really good human beings. And then you come across, I don't know, I always tell reporters, I see it as like a dinner table with your family. Like if you have 8 to 10 members at a dinner table, you have a couple who are like cranky and are acting like they don't want to be there, but they really secretly do want to be there. A couple feel like they know more than everyone else at the table. A couple are just like, whatever, I'm going to be on my phone and just tune out. Like I just kind of find democracy to play out the same way as that. So it kind of relaxes me to not take so much on. But I have worked with some really terrible people who surprised me. I signed up thinking they were one way, and then they end up breaking every rule that they publicly say they will not break, and treat people poorly and see their workers as a means to the end, over promising and under delivering with their teams, a self-righteousness that gets in their way a lot of times. So I have that sort of cynical side of me too, that I have to constantly like keep at bay, because I've seen it. But then I've seen like just amazing human beings showing up for people in their lives, taking on, maybe they're a public servant, but then I'm also seeing how they balance taking care of an ailing family member or, a partner that's struggling in their own life, and balancing all that while public service is their primary, job, and provides that, that stable income for them. So I just try to balance it all. But yeah, DC does not impress me when it comes to, when I walk through the congressional halls. I thought I'd always get nervous and excited, and that feeling would have never passed. But I think after like the third day of working on the Hill, I was like, when after someone on whoever I was working with, I forget who, said, "Oh, you need to change your hairstyle." I've always resented Congress. Like, not even joking. They're just like, you gotta. And then the chief of staff, who's just retired recently, was like, "You don't need to do shit. Who is that guy?" And she was lovely, and she's like, "Why are you?" And I'm all like, I'm wearing a suit. It's just my hair, And so I'm like thinking to myself, like all the women who have come in and been told what to wear, and like some of my Black women friends who have been told like they have to have their hair braided a certain way or not braided.
Oh, wow.
And so you think about all that as like, okay, well, I had one person tell me that. then I share that story with others, and they're like, "Well, I got like 322 stories about that," and you're like, "Okay, got it. You know, like
Is Katie okay? So
You know, at
speaking
the
of
New York
wonderful
Young
humans,
Republican Club, they text each other.
I do have to hop in 1 minute because I have a client call, and I really have.
oh, okay. Oh, you have work to do that actually
I
makes
do.
money.
I'm sorry.
And
I want to stay on, but I got to hop on for my New York congressional client. So I'm sorry.
Okay, before you hop off, because you got some.
You guys are wonderful, though. We should hang out every Wednesday. At
yes, I think Hump Day is a fucking normal. I think this is a regular. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This
Yeah,
is
down.
Dudes for
yeah.
us,
That's what I'm
so
This is
fucking
fun.
saying. Yes. Is Katie Porter the norm?
Do you guys want this before I go, or do you want to?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
do I think she's the norm? Like how?
Yeah. Does
members of
everybody
Congress
secretly
treat human
abuse their
beings?
staff? Yes.
I mean, I thought it was well, two things. One, I thought it was kind of hilarious how everybody just reacted to Katie Porter. You know, like all the comms people were like, "This is not what you're supposed to do," and then providing this analysis. It's like, bro, you don't need to do comms to know that's not what you do. Like, I don't need it now at any type of analysis from any of my comms friends to tell me what Katie Porter did to that reporter is problematic. It would be problematic across the board. Like, no one needs to and so much that's the content problem. You're like, this is what's coming in my algorithm is Katie Porter. Everybody knows Katie Porter is Katie Porter. That's what I'm going to leave at because that's what I'm going to leave it at. Katie Porter is a there are certain people, members of Congress that, again, treat their staffers and treat the press as a means to their own end. And I'm like, I never understand when a client of mine is like, why didn't they write it this way? Or why didn't they write it that way? And I'm like, you got in the story and it was a good story. Like, why are you frustrated? So, to me, when I'm thinking about the, when I'm analyzing comms and such, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm going tangential because it is 12 o'clock, but point being is that Katie Porter, everybody knows who Katie Porter is. Everybody understands what they saw. And if you're an insider in politics, an insider, or you just read Politico every Friday or something, Katie Porter is just a strong-willed human being and she reacted poorly, but she is not the norm. I have come across a lot of really cool human beings in Congress who are elected officials who do not treat human beings like that and who respect, going back to my original point before I went tangential, who treat the press with respect, who actually understand like how much a reporter has to take on, because reporters are like, if you're working at like CNN or NBC or one of these newsrooms, you're thinking about, oh my God, I got to keep up with whoever our competition is. I have to deal with a producer. I have to deal with an editor. I have to create content because now I'm my own brand. I have to wait till people edit my stuff. Like, they're dealing with so much on their own. And if you're going at them without being empathetic, then it's like you would just become apathetic towards the whole process. And like the fourth estate is critical. And traditional reporters, the CNNs and the NBCs, are still driving what content creators are creating. You all are like all reacting to what the legacy media is doing. It's not like creators going into Chicago and bringing I mean, yes, of course they have sometimes, but I'm talking about like the investigative news stories that cost thousands, maybe sometimes tens of thousands of dollars of resources to figure out how everything is coming about and all the connections that are happening with that story. A creator doesn't have that kind of budget. They still matter. So anyways, there we go. I found my way home on that.
That's it.
All right. I appreciate it. I want to do this more. It was nice meeting you too.
Hell yeah.
You're a good dude.
Rock.
Thanks, baby. That was awesome.
Thanks.
Hey, JG, stick around.
I might need to hop in about 5 minutes because they're for Senate source meeting, but
oh, okay. Good to go. See, Ian and
where,
I don't.
Where are you, Julie GK? Are you in an undisclosed location, or can you tell us where you're at?
Basement. So I am right by Studio A over.
Oh, really?
Little room.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's down in the basement.
Yeah.
With it. Oh, that's a slick backdrop. I like that.
It's I feel like the lighting leaves a lot to be desired in this little room, but we're working with it.
It's very Charlie Rose.
Yesterday one of the parents at school asked me about like she's like, oh, I'm furloughed, You know, I heard they're voting. Can you tell me what's going on? And I was like, oh fuck. I got to call up JG. And you're like, it was great. You're like, dude, they always do that. Like, and nothing ever changes. Like,
The House GOP had their conference call earlier this week, and I had 3 different members text me, same shit. So that's kind of where we're at.
This is the, yeah. This is where the shit like sexting with Chat GPT comes from. How many members do you think will be sexting with Chat GPT, and how many of them will we find out about?
I don't know that I want to know. Very thought to put in there.
This is horrific. JJ, what do you? So okay, so since they're, you know, how long does it go on for? What we got, like 2 weeks, 2 months?
It's very possible it drags into November at this point. I feel like, I mean, there's really been nothing that's moved, and it doesn't look like anybody's really working to move. I mean,
whoa,
the months are kind of stalled. So it's
Are the Democrats like secretly content with what's happening right now? Like, there's not much of a pushback or outrage or messaging, you know, push. They seem kind of relaxed. Am I reading it wrong?
I mean, I feel like they're definitely very dug in on wanting the ACA tax break to that. It's like,
Right.
I mean, we'll see what happens after the November 1st deadline if it drags that long, because at that point, I mean, the leverage is kind of dissipates a little bit. But I mean, I guess Dasha Burns just announced she's going to have on Crossfire, her new show, Jeffries and Johnson are going to go debate each other. So that's
they locked in Jeffries. Nice.
You see that go down.
If you missed it, last week we had Michelle Remillard on the show. That was great. I love Michelle going behind the scenes on Ceasefire. Pence sounded hoarse. Do you notice that? His voice was very gravelly, like not in a serious way, like in an old way. And that's not a knock. I mean, that dude's been in the trenches for a very long time. Okay, that's I'm just like, I haven't heard him talking like a year or two, probably since he ended his campaign. Anyway, sorry.
He might not have been doing that much talking for a couple years.
I know. His radio voice is not there, not the way it used to be. Him and Brombo, they had a good rapport on set. That's interesting. Okay, who gets so do you think Jeffries and Johnson actually like each other? Like, are they actually friendly?
Had a good rapport in the past. I think there have been some things that have gotten a little contentious over time, but I mean, I think that the relationship seems like it's better than Jeffries or Pelosi was with McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. Yes. The layers to that one too. The California animosity as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, was the one Walt Jones passed around that letter back in 2015 alleging Renee Elmers?
That was
That's Walter Jones.
Freedom,
North Carolina's finest.
I was a baby reporter up there then. I remember when they were doing McCarthy, they were doing the internal speaker elections before he even had like the 15 vote situation as one of the Freedom Caucus members going in. And I was like, who's going to win in there? And they were like, the ghost of Walter Jones. And I was like, ooh, that's...
That's so fucking good. He liberated McCarthy from the speakership with one letter. Although allegedly everybody knew about it. That was like the rub, but everybody didn't. It's like everybody knew about it, but everybody knew about it until after the letter came out. And then everybody's like, oh, I knew that. I'm like, oh, did you?
Capitol Hill can always get weirder. It's what I've learned. Yeah, I feel like the speakers race 1.0 and 2.0 had to have been two of the craziest things I've covered up here. It's like shutdown. It's, important, but also kind of boring to cover from like new angles daily when it's the same thing standpoint.
Is it at all interesting to see Mike Lawler confront Jeffries outside the studio?
That was kind of spicy last week, and Ruben Gallegos was getting into it with Jeffries a little bit, or not Ruben Jeffries. He was getting into it with Johnson outside of his office. That day was a little.
Oh yeah.
Probably most of the House members gone. It's just been kind of quiet for mean, I feel like the Senate's a little less apt to get into hallway conversations.
That was great. And, folks, Julie Grace had a great piece on the showdowns, the hallway showdowns last week. Check it out, 24 Site News. I was transported back to the heady days of Tim Burchett. Was it McCarthy who kidney punched him?
Yeah, that was
What
a
the
that was a
fuck?
day. That was. I feel like there was like a crazy oversight situation that day, and I want to say the Mark Wayne Teamster feud was around that time period too, where it was just
That's
one of
right.
those mass chaos.
That's right. Yeah, man. It was very edgy, like 2 years ago, heading into Thanksgiving.
It's like sometimes when they all just are with each other too much, things really go off the rails up here.
These are
But I feel like it's been kind of boring this week thus far, so we'll see if any hallway fights break out. So it's
I gotta tell you, Julie Grace, that studio, the audio is great. It sounds really good here. The lighting's awesome. You always look great on camera, but I think it helps. I think it helps
better than my
with-
living room.
You got a great backdrop in your living room. All right, nice art. I like that. All right, the acoustics in there are awesome.
I like it too. I like that golf painting. I like the
Thank you.
couch. Like
Thank
it
you.
definitely. You
Well,
are.
I was a better golfer than I am, but I do love the sport.
You are the classiest employee of 24 Site News for sure.
What?
Hey,
man, fuck you, Ian. Goddamn redneck. The fuck you trying to say? You think this isn't classy? What's not classy about it? Thank God Julie Grace is here, really. Seriously.
Whenever you want to keep things balanced, that's when you got to worry.
I would not know anything about being coarse or off the rails.
oh shit.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys, this is this is our regular Wednesday program now. This is like I feel like this is it. Because man, fuck hump day. Like I don't want to go back to like heavy shit. We need a break. We really do. Like, yeah, I like this.
The world needs more levity. So we'll do our part.
That's right. So what do you think? Should we wrap it up here? It's almost 1 o'clock. Should we cut it here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we'll do the hard out. Stay on. We'll hang. We'll do a hard out here. Something snappy exit line something. I'm Tom LoBianco. That's my tagline for Wednesday. I hope you guys are as delirious with joy and hilarity as we all are, and we're fucking working the news. And Julie Grace is trapped in a sub basement somewhere in the Capitol, and the clarity of it. And Ian and family are down in Southern Maryland killing chickens right now. And I'm coming at you live from the 24 Site News HQ, where I am continuing to read about sexting with Chat GPT, because that is at the top of Drudge right now. I'm flummoxed by all this. See you tomorrow, guys. We're going to be doing some dirty Jerz stuff. Jack Chattarelli versus Mikey Sherrill. All right. They speak in complete sentences when they're killing each other. I have to tell you, I don't believe the polling, but we'll get into that. We're going to get into that. Okay. Learn how to read polls like a fucking pro. All right. We're all going to be channeling our inner Michael Cohen tomorrow. And at the end of the week, we got a special poll. A secret poll. Well, it's not really a secret, but I'm not telling you yet, because you got to tune in to catch it. You're going to be shocked by some of the findings. I know I was shocked by them. I can't tell you where, what, who, what, or why, wherever the fuck those 5 W's are. You got to tune in on Friday for that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.